"2019 Masters 9 storylines to follow throughout this year's event at Augusta National." You could summon a proper narrative for every single participant in this year's Masters field, but when you start to consider the top players in the first major of the year, the list of top-shelf storylines starts to get short. There are probably 12 or maybe as many as 15 golfers who truly matter in the golf world today. Each has constructed this list of golfers is not necessarily congruent with pure talent, either. Justin Rose, 1. Can Rory McIlroy? Since 1980, there are only 2 players to record 7 or more top 10 finishes, including a win, on the PGA Tour before April 1 in a PGA Tour season: Tiger Woods in 2000 and Rory McIlroy in 2019. 2. Which Jordan Spieth? 3. Tiger Woods and Phil. 4. Sergio. 5. Changes to the course. 6. Rules in Augusta. 7. Brooks Koepka. 8. Joining the club at 9. Let's do the Ricky related video. Masters course makes you think, Reed says, provided by Golf Channel.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.